adapting to our teleconference format due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Tonight's meeting will be held under Minnesota State Statute 13D.021 that permits a public body to hold a meeting via telephone or other electronic means due to the COVID-19 pandemic. For members of the public, the meeting is being live streamed on the City of Wyoming YouTube page. The Wyoming City Council meeting will be recorded as part of the public record. After each agenda item is read and staff gives a report on the agenda item, I will call upon each council member individually if they have questions on that particular item. If you wish to make a motion or second a motion, please state your name first. All votes on all items will be completed by a roll call to meet the standard for the state statute 13D.021. Thank you very much. And we are going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. You'll see the flag on Member Onstad's background.
Mayor Iverson?
Yes.
Can we note for the record that Councilmember Schilling is now present? He has arrived at the meeting.
Yep, all right. And so also attending the meeting is Member Schilling. So they're all five council members in attendance for the quorum. Member Schilling will lead us in, he is our veteran and council member who will lead us to the Pledge of Allegiance. And again, the flag you'll see in the background of Member Onstad's. All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Mr. Linwood, do we have anybody for open forum tonight?
We do not, Mayor Iverson.
All right, so we'll move on to approval of minutes. That would be consider approving the minutes of the regular meeting of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for January 5th, 2021. Are there any comments or questions or changes? If not, we do need a motion to approve.
So moved.
All right, so Member Onstad makes the first motion. Do we have a second?
Member Luger will second.
Member Luger makes that second. Roll call, please. Member Schilling?
Aye.
Member Luger?
Aye.
Member Yeager?
Aye.
Member Onstad?
Aye.
And Mayor Iverson is an aye. Number 2 on our agenda, consider approving the minutes of the special meeting of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for January 7th, 2021. If there are no comments, questions, or changes, do we have a motion to approve?
Member Luger, so moved.
Member Luger makes the first motion. Do we have a second?
I have a one comment.
Sure.
Is that on the roll call, Joe Zerwa is still listed.
All right. Good call on that. We'll go ahead and get that changed.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate that. All right. So if there are no more changes with that, change having Member Zerwas taken off. Is Member Onstad on there?
I am not.
Okay. So we need to swap those out.
Update it. Yes. Thank you.
All right. Good catch. Thank you. All right. So we have a first from Member Luger. Do we have a second?
Member Schilling will second.
Member Schilling has the second. Roll call, please. Member Yeager?
Aye.
Member Luger?
Aye.
Member Onstad?
Aye.
Member Schilling?
Aye.
And Mayor Iverson is an aye. We'll move to number 3. Consider approving the minutes of the work session meeting of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for January 13th, 2021. Do we need to make changes on that one as well?
That one is correct.
That one is correct. Perfect. All right. So if there are no comments, changes, or questions, we need a motion to approve.
Member Schilling, so moved.
Member Schilling makes the first. Do we have a second?
Member Luger, so moved. Or second.
Member Luger makes the second. Roll call, please. Member Yeager?
Aye.
Member Onstad?
Aye.
Member Schilling?
Aye.
Member Luger?
Aye.
And Mayor Iverson is an aye. It does pass. We'll move on to the consent agenda, number 4, 5, and 6. Does anybody wish to pull an item from the consent agenda for further discussion? Seeing nobody, we will need a motion to approve agenda item number 4, 5, and 6. Do we have a motion to approve?
Member Schilling, so moved.
Member Schilling makes the first. Do we have a second?
Member Onstead makes the second.
Member Onstead makes that second. Roll call, please. Member Yeager?
Aye.
Member Luker?
Aye.
Member Schilling?
Aye.
Member Onstead?
Aye.
And Mayor Iverson is an aye. That is all approved. On the agenda, going to 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, which is receipts of reports of officers, boards, commissions, and department heads. Does anyone wish to pull a report for further discussion? Seeing that no one does, we'll go ahead and move on to communications, which is number 12, Lions Park Memorial. And I believe Ms. Dumas is going to be giving us a presentation.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. The Park Advisory Commission has been having discussions for the past several months about adding a memorial stone to the Lions Park Memorial in the name of little Alan Geisenkotter, who was unfortunately killed in an accident in Wyoming in 2018. The Park Advisory Commission has spoken with the family and discussed the addition of a memorial stone to the park that would be placed under the existing apple tree that's in that park. They have selected the stone that is included in your packet that will have an engraving placed upon it that says "In memory of little Alan Geisenkotter." So the Park Advisory Commission recommended this memorial, and the Wyoming Fire Relief Association has donated the funds for that memorial. So it will be placed in Lions Park this upcoming spring. And I will stand for questions.
All right, members, do you have any questions? Please raise your hand and state your name. There are no questions. Mr. Almgeld, I am going to ask you a question though regarding the tree. Did it flower at all this year? Do you know? Were there any apples on that tree?
Mayor, I do not know the answer to that one.
I think Kelly's shaking her head.
Yes, Mayor, there were blossoms and there were apples on that tree this year.
That's awesome. I think that's great. So really appreciate the Fire Relief Association to help with this. And I think they helped donate that tree as well. And for the park department or for our park committee for just really kind of taking this on, and it'll be a great addition. So with that, if there are no further questions, we'll move on to new business, which is number 13 on our agenda, to consider an employment agreement between the City of Wyoming and Police Sergeant Brian Rodd. Mr. Linwood, you'll be leading this discussion.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Mayor, members of council, tonight you will see for your approval, the first item being a police sergeant agreement with Sergeant Brian Rodd, and then secondly, employment agreement for Lance Beardsley. The Wyoming City Council has been negotiating an agreement over the last few months for both of these individuals. The City Council approved the latest version of this on January 7th, and an agreement was sent to the two individuals on January 8th. We did receive notice that both of the sergeants have accepted the city's most recent proposal. Hence, those contracts are presented to the City Council tonight to be ratified. In reviewing the contract, the really only changes in that in regards to items of interest would be the compensation. There was an increase of compensation of 3% for each of the years of the contract, and then an increase in uniform allowance of $125 annually. With that, I can stand for any questions.
All right, so I will go around our room and each one of you can let us know if you have any questions or comments. We'll start with Member Luker, please.
I have no questions.
Thank you. Member Onstead.
One question or statement. I believe that the 3% was analyzed and it is market value. Is that correct?
It was analyzed, correct.
Is that your question, Member Onstead? Do you have any further questions?
No, that was my only question.
Okay, thank you. And Member Yeager?
I do have concerns about the 3%, considering that our taxpayers are suffering financially due to the pandemic's recession, and that Social Security, our seniors are only getting a 1.3% increase, and inflation has increased only about 1.2%. So I wonder if this is a bit generous.
Do you have any questions? Or
No,
is that
that
your?
was it.
I'm sorry, what?
That was it.
That was it. Okay. Member Schilling.
I have no questions. Everything is good on my end. So.
All right, thank you. My only comment is this: I'm afraid that if we do not pay wages that are comparable to other cities, we run the risk of losing very good employees and good police. And so I think our residents would agree with that. All right, so with that, I will make the first motion to approve the employment agreement between the City of Wyoming and Police Sergeant Brian Rod. Do we have a second for that motion?
Member Lugar will second.
All right, so we'll get Member Schilling for that second, and roll call, please. Member Lugar?
Aye.
Member Yeager?
Nay.
Member Onstad?
Aye.
Member Schilling?
Aye.
And Mayor Iverson is an aye. It does pass 4-1. Number 14, to consider an employment agreement between the City of Wyoming and Police Sergeant Lance Beardsley. Mr. Linwood?
Council members, in essence, this is the identical contract to the last employment agreement between the City of Wyoming and Sergeant Beardsley. The same different components apply to this one as the previous. If there's other questions, I'll be happy to answer those. Otherwise, if council would like to proceed with a vote on this one as well.
Okay, Member Lugar, any questions?
No questions.
All right, Member Yeager, any questions?
No questions.
Member Schilling, any questions?
No questions.
Member Onstad, any questions?
No questions.
All right, and my only statement, I say the same thing. I think if we're not being comparable with other cities, we are going to lose good employees. So with that, again, I will make the first motion on this to approve the employment agreement between the City of Wyoming and Police Sergeant Lance Beardsley. Do we have a second?
Member Lugar will second.
Member Lugar makes that second. Roll call, please. Member Yeager?
Nay.
Member Lugar?
Aye.
Member Onstad?
Aye.
Member Schilling?
Aye.
And Mayor Iverson is an aye. Again, that passes 4-1. I have complete confidence in our sergeants, so I'm happy we've gotten that taken care of. Number 15, to consider resolution 20-01-10, a resolution approving the purchase of a 2021 F-550 truck with dump box and snowplow for the combined cost of $73,048.30 from Midway Ford, Towmaster Truck Equipment, and Hitch It. Mr. Umjold, are you taking the lead on this, or Mr. Linwood?
I will, Mayor. Thank you. And City Council members, Public Works is requesting to replace the 2006 F-550 dump box truck. This 15-year-old vehicle has 7,264 hours on the engine and 101,847 miles on the odometer. The chassis has been welded several times as it has had cracks in it. The truck is used for hauling and trailering. Hauling can be leaves, dirt, debris, street material, or surface water cleanings. Trailering consists of hauling the skid steers, attachments, hot patch trailer, and when we put that wood chipper box on it, it hauls the wood chips and stores them in there. The CIP amount projected was $80,000 as we estimated, the same truck as we have now with a diesel engine. With the known weights of our equipment and the short trips of a city vehicle, we decided to not estimate a diesel engine for a savings of $8,486 on this new vehicle. The state of Minnesota contract pricing was received from Midway Ford, so the quote for the chassis came in at $43,271.13. Also had state contract pricing from Towmaster Truck Equipment. This is for 11-foot, 6-inch stainless steel dump box and accessories, and that came in at $22,202. And finally, we had the snowplow pricing from Hitch It for $7,575.17. So the total cost of the truck is $73,048.30. we had 80,000 the CIP amount budgeted for. We expect the truck to have a lifespan of 10 to 12 years. The estimate for the trade-in was 7,500, and that would be the minimum bid if we put the truck on the auction, or we could trade it into Midway Ford if we did not get that amount on the auction. Delivery is way out. It's 12 to 15 weeks on the chassis. And this is very similar situation as the fire department had when ordering their chassis for the grass rig and the Ford plants. So the recommendation would be to authorize the purchase of a 2021 F-550 truck with dump box and snowplow for the combined price of $73,048.30 for a Midway Ford Towmaster truck equipment and hitch it. Any questions?
All right, thank you, Mr. Almgeld. I have a couple. One of them, does this also include the logo on the truck? The price?
Mayor, no, we purchased that from a local vendor and put them on.
Okay, do we know approximately what that cost is?
I believe they're between $50 and $150, depending on the size.
Okay, thank you. And then what all do we use this truck for? Is it an all-season truck that we use it for, all 4 seasons? Is it more for one season than the other? What are some things that we are using that truck for?
We use it all year round because it has a snowplow on it. And again, like mostly for trailering the heavy stuff. So if you see the hot patch trailer out, you'll see this truck in front of it, so that you can throw debris that you pick up off the road into the back of the box. And also the wood chipper box you'll see on it. And then they chip the trees and all the chips go into this box. And then of course the skid steer and attachments, all of them get hauled on there on the trailer, though, with this truck. And so you need the power to haul them and the weight. And this would be our only 2-ton truck. And it has the dump box. So for all them activities, you need to dump the material out instead of shoveling it out, especially concrete and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the, telling us what the rate would be, how much we would save getting away from diesel. So I really appreciate you including that in there, and that we're under budget from what we put in our CIP originally. So good job on that. I'll go around for council, please. Member Yeager.
So basically the difference between this truck and the old truck and the new truck is just the gas engine swapped out for the diesel engine is now a gas engine.
Correct, Councilman Yeager.
Okay, will we be saving any in gas? I mean, I assume diesel fuel is more expensive?
Diesel fuel is more expensive. I do not know the savings because this has a new engine. It's a 7.3 liter. It's a big engine, and I do not know they have nothing on the quote or pricing about mileage. And but this vehicle is not really a vehicle you're looking for mileage. It's more of a workhorse.
Yeah. Okay. I was hoping there would be a little more savings with the gas. And repair history for a gas engine, the gas engine will be just as durable, if not more?
Correct. With this new engine, it should be, yes.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Member Luker.
I have no more questions. Mine were answered.
Okay, and Member Onstad.
I have no questions.
Member Schilling.
I have no questions. Everything was answered.
Awesome, thank you. I think it's going to be hard to know how much gas it's going to be, especially since gas is so volatile right now. So that'd be pretty hard to quantify, that's for sure. All right, I will need a motion to approve Resolution 20-01-10, a resolution approving the purchase of a 2021 F-550 truck with dump box and snowplow for the combined cost of $73,048.30 from Midway Ford Truck Master Truck Equipment and Hitch It. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Member Luger.
Motion to approve by Member Luger. Do we have a second?
Second from Onstead.
We have a second motion to approve by Member Onstead. Roll call, please. Member Schilling,
Aye.
Member Luger,
Aye.
Member Yeager,
Aye.
Member Onstead,
I also.
and Mayor Iverson is an aye. It does pass. Number 16, to consider a council work session on Wednesday, February 10th, 2021 at 6 p.m. Mr. Linwood.
To unmute myself. Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, members of the council. This is an annual exercise that the council does with staff to set those goals and initiatives and to review our previous year goals and initiatives. As you know, we've been having our board and commissions work on those 2021 goals so we can share those with the council. This exercise really helps develop the council goals for the year, and then we use those to help direct staff to what our priorities should be for our normal work assignments throughout the year. So with that being said, we'd like to ask the council to call for that work session on Wednesday, February 10th at 6 p.m.
All right, I'm just gonna have everybody right now just shake their head yes or no. Did everybody check their calendars for February 10th at 6 p.m.? Does that work for all council members?
I just have one question, Mayor.
Sure, Member Schilling.
Is it in person or via Zoom?
Right now, as of via Zoom,
Okay.
we've been looking into that a little more, but as of right now, via Zoom. If there's any changes, we'll certainly update the council.
Yeah, I was just curious. I have my knee replacement on Monday, so I just want to.
You might not be.
Oh, no, I'll be all right. I'm actually working from home the second week and the third week and just off next week, so.
Okay, all right. Well, all right. So we need a motion to approve the special council work session on Wednesday, February 10th, 2021 at 6 p.m. scheduled right now for Zoom. Do we have a motion to approve?
So
So moved, Member Luger.
All right, so we have a first from Member Luger, and do we have a second from Member Schilling?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so roll call, please. Member Yeager,
Aye.
Member Onstead, Member Onstead,
Aye. Sorry.
Member Luger.
Aye.
Okay, it was, all right, I lost track to where I was. Member Schilling
Aye.
and Mayor Iverson is an aye. Did I get everybody? Because I really did lose where I was at. So, all right, so it looks like it does pass. All right, so with that, we will be doing council reports, and I will let Mr. Erickson and Chief Hoppy just know that I'll be calling on them to see if they have any updates they want to give us. So, all right, let's start with Member Yeager.
I attended the special meeting. I attended the work session. I attended the sewer commission meeting, and I'll let Councilman Schilling give that report. And thank you all for watching.
All right, thank you. Member Schilling, you are next.
Okay, I also attended the special meeting. Sorry, I was trying to get my notes up before I got on here, so.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, could you please? I got to pull a couple things up I wanted to.
Yeah, no problem. Let's go to Member Luger.
I attended the special work session, and maybe Member Schilling's ready to go now. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, let's go to Member Onstead. Let's go. Member Onstead, you're next.
I attended the special meeting, the special work session, and was it the economic development? I believe I was there.
No. Planning
Oh, it was
Commission?
just, yes, planning
Yeah.
commission. Yes, planning commission. That's right. I thought I had it in my notes and I didn't.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank everybody that's watching, and whether it be tonight or in the future.
All right. Thank you. Member Schilling, would you like me to do my report?
I can try. I can try now. I think I have my notes up here. I hope I didn't miss anything. So one of the things that we talked about tonight was that lift station project that we had coming up that was awarded to Lamenti and Sons. They were the low bidder at that $626,690. It was approved by the commission. We went with the effluent pump add-ons, which was $8,000 to bring the project to a total of $600,000. Oh my God, 634,690. One of the other discussions in the operations reports, we've heard this before, the plant of the seasonal changes, they've been having to add the settling agents in because of the colder temperatures coming in. Otherwise, we're still within our normal peaks and balances. And then one last item that we discussed, and Rob, you will be hearing about this as well. We're looking at increasing Veolia's responsibilities, I guess I would call it, because currently they're doing some things for us that's not under contract, and we're going to look at this through budget committee meeting and go from there. We just had to get more information on contract. And we also did appoint Councilmember Yeager to the Budget Committee and the Sewer Commission as well. So she'll get a first crack look at that as well. So, and then I'd like to thank everybody for watching tonight.
Thank you. Member Schilling, just a quick question. How do you think it's going with Veola's smooth transition? Any bumps in the road?
There's a lot of bumps, and in fact, I wasn't too fond of the meeting tonight. We have way too many people in a Zoom, and they were all in a room. You can't see who's talking. So we're trying to work through this as well. This is another one where you could see 3 or 4 screens, and you got 8 people in this meeting. You don't know who's talking, and it's really hard to identify things. And we're also looking at the way they're doing their books right now as well. I almost forgot about that when I just saw it. Because the QuickBooks layout right now is extremely hard to read for the commissioners. It kind of jumbles everything together instead of breaking it as expenses, disbursements. It's literally 3 pages of straight lines, and you got a payroll for a commissioner, and then you got a bill for a truck. So we spoke about that as well. They were looking into possible accounting services for that. It's making a decent transition. It's been bumpy, but we'll get there. I mean, this is all brand new. So we're going to have those bumps, but I think once this is all done, I think it will run very, very well. So.
Perfect. And would it be beneficial if Mr. Linwood were to kind of give some help on some of that, or do you think they've got what they need to fix some of the issues?
I do know that they're going to be reaching out to Mr. Linwood either today or tomorrow to discuss adding him to a couple of these things for discussion until we get things settled. So.
Okay, great. That's a great update. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, so I attended the EDA meeting, the Planning Commission meeting. I'm no longer the liaison for the Planning Commission, but I just jumped in to kind of continue to listen with Member Onstad. And then I also attended a special meeting that we had with WSB and some landowners regarding some development. So kind of a slow couple of weeks for me, actually. But so I appreciate everybody listening in. And from there, we're going to have Mr. Erickson. Do you have some updates for us that you want to share?
Yeah, I can do that. Just a brief overview of the private development that we have occurring. Currently, we're working on 3 projects that are expected to start with construction in the spring, with development agreements currently being prepared and negotiated. We have the Hunter Hill off of Pioneer Road. We have Diamond Ridge off of 261st Street, and we have Summer Fields off of Kettle River. We also received a sketch plan for Himes Lake Villas North, which is again off of 257th Street. Looks like a concept plan of about 34 units. So really a lot happening there. You referenced a meeting that we had with some landowners that are working on development in a wetland bank. And so we have additional interest there on that property. Of course, we have a lot going on with our construction season approaching with our own city projects. With the sanitary sewer upsizing project, we have a feasibility study coming before the city council for our 2021 improvement project here in February. And our bridge plans have been prepared and are kind of at MnDOT for review and getting on their list for bridge bonding. And when that bonding or those funds become available, we'll undertake that bridge replacement on Kettle River. So certainly a lot happening in the community, and certainly real busy at the moment.
Mr. Erickson, do you think we're going to, that for the bridge, we'll hear something this year, seeing that it's kind of the budget session, or not?
You know, I'm not certain where we'll fall on that list. I know there's some funds allocated to that, and where we're at on the list once those are released and projects are taken off the list. I recall there was 60 some million, I think, already on the docket before we got in, and maybe even a little more than that. So I know that the bonding that was provided wasn't going to cover all of the projects. So as far as timing, I can try to find out where things are at on that list after this round had gone through and see when there might be additional funds allocated to that.
Okay, I'm just not sure if it's going to be better to have all of Viking under construction and done, you know, in 1 year and get the pain over with, like ripping off that Band-Aid. So be kind of curious as to where we're at.
Right, and we were successful with that local road improvement program grant with $1 million for Pioneer Road. Staff is working on an application that's due in March, and we're looking for some opportunities there for another project. And the likelihood of success, we don't know, but we certainly are going to put in another strong effort.
Perfect, thank you. I remember when we got that news for that $1 million, I think I jumped out of my chair and did the happy dance for 5 minutes. So let's hope that that continues again. So thank you very much. And let's go to Chief Hoppy and see if he's got any updates for us.
Not a lot going on. We're back to full staff. Obviously, you guys know that Officer Edwards is out there working. We're currently doing a speed survey out on East Viking in that 30 zone extension, which is looking really good. Some of the feedback I've gotten from that already, it surely seems to have a positive impact on slowing that speed down prior to the curve. So it's I'm happy to see what the results are on there.
Great, thank you very much. I know the residents over there really appreciate it, so thank you. All right, Mr. Luden, I know we don't want to hear from you, but you know, just don't want to not give you a chance unless there is something you want to say, and usually we don't want our lawyers to say anything. So are you doing okay?
Yeah, I feel like I made a hefty contribution today in notifying you of Councilmember Schilling's arrival, so yes. I think I've done my part.
You did, awesome. All right, thank you. Member Schilling, we wish you the best on your surgery. Member, or Mr. Almgeld, wish you the best with your shoulder and all that kind of stuff, that you get better. So, all right, with that, we need a motion to adjourn on the count of 3. Everybody can unmute, count of 3, just say aye unless you really do want to stay on. So, ready? 1, 2, 3. Aye. All right, it looks like we're adjourned. Everybody have a great week. Thank you.
Thank you.